A lot of times you see YouTube videos convincing you why you should live in a certain area. A lot of times we're here to tell you all the great things about living in this city or that city, but today I'm gonna share with you reasons why people are actually leaving Menifee, California. It's not all roses here. People don't just move here and live here forever. Oftentimes people choose to leave the area for many reasons. And so we've actually taken the time to poll some of our sellers that have left the area, some of our friends that have left the area, and overall people just in general that have decided to leave Menifee, California. As to why, I want to share those reasons with you. It might open up your eyes to why this might not be the place for you to live. Let's get to it. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, your local Temecula Valley realtor, and this channel is dedicated to all things living in the Temecula Valley, from new construction tours to neighborhood spotlights to new things coming here to the Valley. I want you and your family to know exactly what it's like living here before you make the move. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get to it. All right, today I am going to share with you the 9 reasons why people are leaving Menifee, California. Some of them might surprise you, so stick with us to the end. Let's get to it. Reason number 1, people are leaving Menifee, California because of the extreme summer heat. It gets hot here in Menifee, California, and you know this. You might have heard it on the channel before, but we've got several days in a row during summer that we're up over 100 degrees. It might be a week or more of triple-digit temperatures, and we might see some relief down into the 90s during summer, but the average temperature here in Menifee during the summer is 95 degrees. That means it does not cool down a whole lot, and during those summers, you are left looking for indoor activities or a pool or something like that just to cool yourself down. So it does get warm here. There are better areas in Southern California as far as weather goes, and so sometimes people leave here and head a little bit closer to the coast to catch some of the better weather. Reason number 2 is the limited entertainment and dining options in Menifee. If you are coming here from San Diego or LA or Orange County, you may have just been in the middle of it all and you got to enjoy it all the time. You had all the restaurants, all the entertainment. You could just be walking down the street and find some sort of entertainment. Guess what? That's just not the case in Menifee. Menifee is new. It's growing. It was just a bunch of rural farmland, and now it is being built up to somewhere people want to live, but there's just not a whole lot to do. So if you are looking for a fancy restaurant, it's not gonna happen inside of Menifee. I'm not bashing on the restaurants in Menifee. There's actually a really great restaurant that I love in Menifee, but you're probably most likely traveling to Murrieta or Temecula for some better food. And then beyond that, if you're looking for an even more elevated dining experience, you're usually getting south down into San Diego to have some of that fine dining. And of course, if you are looking for a concert or a sporting event, that's not here in Menifee. You're gonna be driving over an hour to get yourself to an Angels game, a Padres game, any of the Chargers or Rams football games, even Major League Soccer, things like that. They're just gonna be further outside of here. All the major concerts typically not happening here, although we do have Southern California's largest casino in Temecula, so that's somewhat close, but still not inside of Menifee. You're gonna be driving if you want good food or entertainment. Next up is commute challenges. You've heard us say it on the channel here before, but Menifee is a bedroom community. Odds are you are not moving here and working here inside of Menifee. Odds are you are going to be having a job outside of Menifee, which means a commute, which means you are hopping on the one and only freeway that runs through Menifee, the 215 freeway, which guess what? Becomes a nightmare during rush hour traffic. So it's a nightmare getting north up into Riverside. It is difficult getting south down into San Diego, LA, Orange County being the same. And so if you are a commuter having to drive for work, Menifee's tough. You've got limited side roads for now. A lot of that stuff is being built up. And so even getting to the freeway is difficult in Menifee. It just doesn't have the infrastructure to support the boom that it's had here recently. So that is being built up, but you're gonna have to deal with that. And then the 215, 15 freeway traffic, 91 freeway traffic. All of those freeways are gonna be very difficult for you. You're going to be facing a commute of over an hour if you're going anywhere outside of Menifee for work. Next up, to tag on to that last one, limited job availability. You're just not gonna find it here. You may be lucky enough to find yourself maybe a law enforcement job with Menifee PD, maybe a local healthcare job, or you jump into some of the local school systems, or maybe you find yourself lucky enough to work for a local small business. But if you're looking for that high-paying tech job, it's not gonna happen here in Menifee. You're going to be commuting. So maybe you're lucky enough to find something to work from home and still have some of that pay that you're looking for, but odds are that you're probably gonna have to commute to the office, still maybe once or twice a week at least, or maybe full-time inside of the office, as many employers are doing right now. So you're gonna have to prepare yourself for that commute and the fact that you likely aren't going to be working here locally. The next one is new home fatigue. Now, this might sound completely new to you. What is new home fatigue? People are leaving Menifee because of the big boom that is coming here. So houses are being built all over. New retail developments are being built. There is a ton of construction happening right now, and it's really wearing on some of the residents that have been here for a while. And I just recently even sold a home for someone who'd only been here a year, and they were tired of all the dust and the dirt in the air and the trucks driving around and new things being built up and just the boom of things that are happening here. So a lot of times people are getting tired of all that construction, and not to mention that all of the construction happening, they're basically building these tract home communities that are basically like cookie cutter communities. Every home looks the same, and people are just saying, hey, it's new and it's nice, but everywhere I drive, it just feels the same, and I'm over it. And so we've had some people live here because they're just looking for something a little more unique that's got some charm and character, which, again, Menifee is nice and new, but it lacks the charm and character. Next up is rising costs. A lot of people are getting out of here because of the rising cost of living in Southern California. Now, this may not directly be a knock on Menifee itself, but everything is getting more expensive. Home prices are getting more expensive. That is because of all the construction and all of the growth that Menifee is having. So home prices are getting more expensive. Rents are increasing 3% every year. Menifee is a really great area. If you are looking for a rental property, reach out to me. We can discuss those details. But rents are growing at 3% a year. So that is getting more expensive every year. Gas prices, groceries, cars, all of those things are making it unaffordable here in the area, and people are leaving to seek more affordable options to live. Now, they're probably not finding anything more affordable in Southern California. A lot of times they are headed out of state to get to affordability. Arizona, Idaho, Tennessee, Texas, we're hearing a lot of those moves. But again, it's getting unaffordable here, and so people are heading out. Next up, some people leave because of limited healthcare options. Now, I do say a lot of times here on the channel that the area is really kind of a nice health hub. We've got some major hospitals. You've got Temecula Valley, you've got Loma Linda, Murrieta, you've got Rancho Springs in Murrieta, but Menifee itself doesn't really have much in the way of healthcare options. So it means you're having to leave Menifee to get out and go to some of those major hospitals. If you're looking for specialized treatment and some of those things. There are healthcare facilities inside of Menifee. I'm not saying they don't exist, but a lot of times you're headed outside of that. And maybe if you've got some sort of major medical diagnosis, maybe you're even headed down into San Diego or Orange County often for some of those things that we hear, residents and clients going through. And so they just get tired of the fact that they're having to drive so far to get the medical treatment that they're looking for. And if you're aging, that's something to consider as well. It's going to be a little bit further drive for you to get to some of those appointments. So maybe you have to make some considerations there to see if Menifee is the right choice. Another reason people are leaving Menifee is because of the rising homeowners insurance. Now, this could go into the cost section, but this is one that you really got to look out for anywhere here in Southern California, and it deserves its own separate category. This is the one that is actually pricing people out of their homes. Now, I said earlier that the cost of home prices is going up, but that doesn't impact you if you have a 30-year fixed mortgage. Your mortgage doesn't go up unless you do some sort of refinance, so your monthly payment stays the same. Your property taxes, all those things stay the same. The one variable inside of your monthly payment is your homeowner's insurance. Now, some people choose to pay that with their payment, some people choose to pay it separately, but that homeowner's insurance is rising, and it's rising quickly. We have seen those double and triple here over the last several years due to recent wildfires in the area. Some homeowners even getting a phone call telling them that they're canceled and they would not be renewing them, leaving them to find other alternatives outside of the company that they've been with for 20 plus years. So those are some factors to consider. Your homeowner's insurance is going up and you're probably going to be paying about $2,000 a year or more for that homeowner's insurance. And depending on the home and location, whether it's in a high fire zone or not, it could be even more than that. I've actually had some people on property with custom homes that have been paying up to $8,000 per year in that homeowner's insurance. Imagine going from previously what was $2,000 to $3,000 per year, and it doubles or triples up into those numbers. That can quickly price people out of their own homes. So something to watch out for before you make the move here, but a lot of residents are getting out because of the unaffordability to that insurance. And last but not least, the final one here, not necessarily direct to Menifee, but sometimes people are just looking for a different lifestyle. They get here and they are tired of the cookie cutter homes and the rising costs and all of the construction and the commute, and they're just looking for a change of pace, a change of place, a change of perspective, and so they choose to move on. And that is totally okay. Maybe you got here and you decide, man, I do not like living in such a new area. I want something that is more older and established and has taller trees and more greenery and all of that. That is totally fine. And we have had clients reach out to us to sell their homes because they're looking to go somewhere different. They just want a different feel. They want to be closer to the beach. They want to move out of California because of the politics. They want to be closer to family out of state, whatever that might be. Again, not necessarily directly a knock on Menifee, but sometimes people just decide to unplug from the area because they're just looking for something completely different. All right, so that is it on our reasons why people are leaving Menifee, California. Obviously, this is a boom town right now, one of the top 10 boom towns in the entire country, Menifee, California. So there are a lot of people coming here and flocking here. But again, these are just some things that you should consider before moving here. These are the reasons that people have actually left Menifee and some things you need to weigh out before you get attracted to the amazing home prices and the newness of everything in the area. So weigh those things out. If you've got any questions about what we just covered or questions about moving to Menifee, the Temecula Valley, anywhere really here in Southern California, I'd love to help you out with that. You can feel free to reach out. You can call, you can text, you can send an email, or you can even schedule a one-on-one Zoom consultation. Click on the description below. There is a link that takes you directly to the calendar to book a one-on-one Zoom call. We can hop on there, discuss whether Menifee is the right option for you. Whether you're ready to buy a home today or you're just planning out 2-3 years down the road. Happy to hop on a call and discuss those options with you and see if it's really the right fit for you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.